All right, guys. Good afternoon. This is Eric Vallada with United Credit Academy Alliance. So I'm excited because I wanted to bring on this student who's been doing very well, exceptionally well. And I'm excited to see her success, especially with what she's learned. Her name is Andrea Medina. What's up, Andrea?
Hey, how are you?
How's your day going?
Good. Thanks for having me on here.
I appreciate you and obviously making the time to be on here.
Of
Um, you
course.
know, what was that?
I said, of course, anytime.
I appreciate that. So, Drea, I'm excited to have you on this call. Like I just said, you've been one of the students that took our course. You've been doing very well. You've been helping a lot of people get a lot of information removed from their credit. I see you posting your results, sharing your information, your testimonials, so it's been exciting to see that, someone's been able to take it serious and learn how to start doing this for people. How do you feel so far? Just what's your feeling overall right now?
I feel very confident in what I'm doing. You've taught me a whole lot of information, everything that I needed to know to be as successful as I am today. I mean, there's always room for improvement, obviously, right? But I feel great. I love it.
Nice. So, and that was just in August, So currently, we're probably like 90 days from
Mhm.
that date, probably within 90 days from when you took
Yeah.
the course. So you've definitely been able to bring on clients, and you're taking on your own consultations. I know as obviously as we took the course, you wanted some guidance and some help
Right.
in the beginning, just like most of my students do, which is why we're here. And I'm really putting this video out there because I want to share this with the new students, right? I'm going to put this on our website and I want to share this with everybody who's looking to take the class because this is something that I think that they should hear, right?
Mhm.
Is what we're able to do for them other
Right.
than just giving them instruction and videos on how to. It's more like
Right.
we're going to hold you by the hand. We're going to make sure you're comfortable with this. And then once you're comfortable, then we're kind of just going to let you fly away, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Make your own noise in the universe, as we say. So tell me a little bit about yourself because a lot of people that are watching this probably already know me. They've probably already heard my story, know that I've been doing credit for years now, but they don't know necessarily about Andrea Medina. Who is Andrea Medina?
Oh my gosh. I'm a single mom of three.
Okay.
And I was working at one time in the medical field, two jobs at a time, sometimes three, just to keep up with the bills and everything. But long behold, I came across the whole credit repair, and it's actually a really good source of income because obviously, as you know, it's not a 9 to 5 job or anything like that. And you can do it on your own basis at your own time whenever you want. So it's a good way of getting like that extra income. And I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
That's awesome. And you were in the medical field for how long?
I want to say 12 years.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
definitely
In
an expert.
2008, I started. So,
Yeah, definitely an expert in that field, right? They say in
yes.
chess, the people that, know 7 to 10 plays ahead are like, in pro or expert mode. I forget what it's called. But so, obviously what that means is being that you've been in that kind of line of work for 12 years, you obviously knew almost like the back of your hand, how to do everything.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
So getting into credit, how did that happen? How did you go from getting into the medical field to getting into credit?
It's a different ball game, I'll tell you that much. But well, I wanted to fix my credit. So a friend of mine, Carlos, he told me that he knew someone that can fix my credit, which is you. So then once you started working on my credit, I actually got approved for a $10,000 loan, personal loan. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
then once you told me about it, I'm like, wow, you made that much on just on my consultation. Just and I'm like, wow, that's a great way of making income. So very excited. That's how I got started.
Yes. So
Short
and
and
that's how
sweet.
most people, believe it or not, everybody that probably has watched or maybe is watching this, I would say at one point probably either knew about credit or wanted to get started on themselves first.
Mhm.
Maybe they started off as a client, and once they saw the results, they started understanding that maybe they can do this too, right?
Right.
So, and I'm assuming that that's what happened with you. Once you saw almost how simple I explained what I did, right? Because I explained to you how this was going to work over the phone. And,
Right.
I remember I was telling you, how long this would take, what it's
Hmm.
involved. I'm assuming that at that point, maybe that sparked an interest like, hey, maybe I can do this.
Of course, that actually did. Actually, that was it. Yep.
Good. So, now you've obviously taken the course, you've done your own consultations, you've brought
Hmm.
on your own clients. So you're almost handling at this point your own book of business, right? It's safe to
Right.
say you're handling your own
Yeah.
book of business at this point. You're building your clientele more and more. What do you think has been the biggest tool or maybe the best advice or the biggest help? Like if you could say, hey, there was one thing that I really loved about that training class, what would it be?
I just love that it's so hands on and that you guys are available whenever, 24/7, if that, you know what I mean? It was very thorough, and any questions that anyone had, they were answered right away. If not, you guys are just always there. It's like that helping hand. You hold someone's hand for a while until they're ready to, just like you said with the whole bird situation or whatever.
To
So
fly away.
yeah, 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 the flyaway. So I just think that's amazing. It's not like I have to wait a certain day or a certain time to get a hold of you. You're available 24/7, and I think that's great.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's funny you mentioned that because when I started, I didn't have that help. I didn't have, a tech team. I didn't have a go-to person.
Right.
It was just figure this out on your own, And if it didn't work out, then crap, you got to do it all over again and start,
Yeah.
start from scratch, back to the drawing board. So I really wanted to prove, more importantly, I wanted to prove that this concept would work. We've done classes in the past many times before you got involved, Andrea, and those classes were just simply like 1 day seminars. It would
Wow.
be like we would give you all the information over 2 3 hours, and then you were on your way. We would let you go at that point. And what I started understanding from that was that, like you said, some people needed to have their hand held a little bit more, or
Right.
at least help them build that confidence or up to the point where they can start doing consultations by themselves,
Hmm.
right? Because I
Yeah.
feel like once you can do consultations on your own, you're pretty much able to just grow this business at your pace, like you said.
Right. Hmm.
Also, you mentioned that you have three beautiful children,
I
right?
do.
That's
Yes,
exciting.
it
So
is.
this obviously gives you more availability to spend time with them as well, right?
Yes, it does. Yes. So
And
obviously, with having to work two or three jobs at a time back then, I'm not doing that now. I don't have to. I don't need to. I get to spend time with my kids. I can pick them up. I can, help them with homework. I can do all that stuff, and just be present while working at the same time. And I think that's amazing. I never had that before.
that's beautiful. So
Hmm.
obviously you have more time freedom, right? You're spending more time with your kids. That's obviously making you happier, it seems,
Right.
right? And if this is something that you're going to be doing, at a full-time or part-time business, you can set it at your pace around your schedule.
Exactly.
If you always wanted to do something else or another
Mhm.
hobby or something on the side, I'm sure you could, right? If you really wanted to.
Right. And being able to travel and do it while I'm away, that's a plus. That's a huge plus. I
So in the year of 2020, with the craziness that we all have, where everyone's now virtual, we're all on Zoom, we're all kind
Right.
of like, bunkered up in our homes, making sure that we're safe, that our families are safe. I feel like this is where we're going,
Yeah.
virtual learning, virtual, my kids, everything is virtual.
Yeah.
They don't physically go to school anymore. And believe it or not, that's also been a blessing because the fact that the virtual, and I've been using Zoom now for almost 5 years. It's crazy. Way before the pandemic happened, I was using this method so that I can teach credit repair to people all over the country 1-to-1. think about how time consuming that was versus how I taught the last 33 students, right?
Yeah.
On that one training. And then once a week, we were doing, Facebook. I mean, sorry, we were doing live Zoom calls every Monday night, right? We added you guys to the Facebook group so that you had more Q&A so that people can
Hmm.
post there or share their ideas or things that they found that were working. So it's been an awesome ride, and the ability to do that from anywhere in the world,
Right.
as long as you have internet, is like an amazing feeling because now I can help so many more people,
Hmm.
and I can teach so many more people. There's no limitation. And obviously, that goes for you too, being a business owner. You don't have to just worry about your zip code anymore or going to your local networking event or your local, real estate investment group or whatever it is that you're doing to gather leads. Now you can do it all over the world,
Right.
literally from your phone. So it's been an awesome year as far as the business. For us, we're expanding. I know that you're growing. What are your goals for 2021?
To get bigger and stronger, I guess, there's always room for more. So a
Absolutely.
lot of things that are happening. So hopefully, they come to fruition, which I won't speak about, but a lot of good things. And I'm hoping that a lot of the people that I gave consultations to that may have not that probably didn't close a deal with me for one reason or the other, or just because they needed advice or something or whatever. I know they're gonna come back, and I know word's gonna get around, and I'm gonna have more consultations by the time 2021 rolls around. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. This is the last quarter of 2020, and this time of year, people obviously their focus is on different things, with the end of the year right around the corner, whether it's holidays or, personal events, corporate events. But we just got to stay consistent. One of
Yeah.
the things that I've learned year after year is that my business has grown, not because I'm doing more, but I'm being consistent. Number one, every year I try to do more, but if I remain consistent, make sure that I keep making my calls, reach out to different people, try new things. I'm always open to, different ideas, so there's things that work for you that you've tried that I haven't shown you, feel free to share them with me. I've always been a student of the game, so I'm excited that you're always keeping your mind open, you're improving, you're
And
continuing to educate yourself. That's great.
yeah, and I appreciate the meetings once a week. I think that's phenomenal. I think the fact that we're still able to get, on the phone with the whole team and come up with questions or just talk about what we need to improve on or whatever the case is. I think that's great that we're still keeping that momentum.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited for you. Any last words? Any advice you want to give like future students? Any of the future moms that are watching this that are maybe nervous of
Do it.
taking,
Just do it. You know,
the
take
jump?
the risk. Take the risk and do it. Is what can go wrong? Just do it. Seriously. It's a great
Excellent.
opportunity.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's exciting. I'm glad that, you feel so good about this. It makes me happy that you're doing so well. And, if you need anything, obviously I'm only a phone call away.
Yes, that's true. That's another thing. Like I said, you're always available. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
And good
Andrea.
luck
Well, I
to all the
appreciate your
students.
time. Thank you for allowing me to do this interview with you. I
Anytime.
think it's been a good 15 maybe minutes at least. So I can't think of any more questions right now, and I think you've really just shared a lot of your personal feelings, and I appreciate you being transparent with everyone. It means a lot to me.
Thank
All right,
you. Thank
have
you
a
so
good
much for your
day. All
time.
right, we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.